Anacostia AAMPOE Outreach is a nonprofit organization based here in Ward 8. Our mission is to strive to bring hope to the communities east of the river by providing programs that fit the need of the youth. In the past, we focused on the seniors, we focused on the youth, we focused on the unsheltered population, because when we first got our grant, the first grant we actually got, we were doing the unsheltered population feeding. And so I started that in 2017, and we've been doing it every year. I grew up in this community. There was nothing over here at the time for me to focus on. So I focused in all the negative areas of my life, and I became, I was on drugs. I've been incarcerated. I lost a lot, but God put me back on this path, and now I know why. This is a purpose for me to save them from the things that I went through, and now this month, the 25th, 21 years of recovery, 21 years, and so if I never earn any money from this, long as I have the money to do the programs and keep those kids off the street, that's more important to me than anything. So I just focus on them and take everything that I have to put into these youth to keep them in positive, and I walk positive so that they can see that it's not that hard, but it's just the negative forces around them. First, I want to thank you, the Woodson Center, for continuing to do your grants, just not for Anacostia AAMPOE, but all the smaller organizations that really need the support. So I am thankful for the opportunities that I've had to get the grant in the past and the most recent one. It has helped me to stay the course. Yes, the organization to stay the course and to keep the kids in programs or keep them in something positive and off the streets. And I want to tell you, the first 6 or 7 years, it was really hard. And I think I've been getting funding from you guys maybe 3 or 4 years now. Yeah. And you don't know how much of a lift that was off of my shoulders, because I actually used all of my resources, everything that I had, my savings, retirement, everything to keep the program going. And when it got at a very low point, and I was like, how am I going to keep this organization going? I done ran out of all of my resources. And then here come Woodson Center. And I applied for it. I wasn't sure. I didn't know how to do grants. And I was sitting there one day and I was just crying. I was like, Lord, how am I going to get this work done? If you gave this to me, then I need your support. And I just heard a small sound whisper, didn't do it. So I started doing the grants, and I think Woodson Center was actually the first grant that I got. And I was so proud of myself. I didn't have the money to pay for grant writers. I didn't have the money for anything. Only thing I had was all my paperwork for the board, kids that needed programs, and the money that I used on my personal money. And when that started coming in, it opened up other opportunities for other grants. So the last couple of years, I've been doing okay, pretty good. I think I applied for 8 grants this year, but the opening of the door was just sitting there trying and figuring out how to do it. And y'all grant process is so easy. It's almost like you're saying, here, we want to give you this money, but you got to give us something. So it's been rewarding, especially when you know that you can keep the kids involved in something. So it's been rewarding, all the heartaches, all the tears, all the how I'm going to get this money. And, it really helps, and it paid off.